Cool. Okay, yeah, okay. Hi everyone, and we're back with more Werewolf.
Yes, we are. Yes, my fantastic players have volunteered to they will suffer through this for a while longer because obviously they are so nice to me that they can't bring themselves to say that we shouldn't play anymore tonight.
That is obviously what's going on.
Okay, I'll do it. Go on.
Yeah.
Your game sucks. We don't want to play anymore.
So says the Ragabash.
Yes. And the Ragabash speaks complete arse gravy in this case.
Yeah.
Baby. Yeah.
All right,
guys.
We're sitting at a Wolfson Square in Dublin.
Nice,
it's late at night.
Yes.
And we're having a conversation, I think.
Yes, we are.
Basically, yes, I think Shiva is calling out Aaron on being such a massive prick, but then...
Yeah, okay.
But then Aaron's going to give a justification for why he's such a massive prick, or he's going to deflect. I'm not quite sure yet.
Sounds like a commentator.
Let's watch this play now, ladies and gentlemen.
Yes.
And it looks like he's going for the deflect, and good for par. No, but yeah, Aaron definitely shoots you a glare and asks, what are you on about? What have I ever done to you?
I don't think you've ever done anything to me.
No, I haven't.
But you can
why
see.
you gotta be hating?
But you can see how, like, I wouldn't go to some, I don't know,
Why are you hating?
Asian person and tell them to go back to the rice paddies. That's
you
racist.
hating?
Because what you're doing is very annoying.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm annoying you. That's a fucking shame then that you happen to be stuck with me in your pack, isn't it? I mean, I don't think I've done anything to annoy you. Or have I? I don't know. You are pissing me off, though. I have to admit that. You're pissing me off quite a lot. With your attitude, and your holier-than-thou-ness.
Look, I know I'm not perfect. I know I've been distant, and I really hate this, okay? I really, really hate this. So can we please try to make it at least bearable?
I probably could, but that would kind of require me knowing what the fuck I'm doing to piss you off. I can give you a long list of what you're doing to piss me off.
You are constantly whining, Aaron, and you're constantly jabbing at other people.
Oh, am I whining? Am I whining? He gets up in your face. Am I? I thought I was asking questions. Pertinent questions that none of you assholes have asked.
No, I approve of wanting to know what's going on.
Do you? Okay.
But
because
your tone is always,
Why do we have to do this? I don't wanna.
Oh, I'm so sorry you feel that way. I'm really sorry you feel that way. Yes, this is a horrible predicament we're in. Except, I don't actually mind what we're doing right now. I don't mind this at all. You, on the other hand, your whining is incessant. It is constant. It is all around us at all times. All we have to do is look at your crossed arms and your prissy face. It's just like, it's whining white noise is what it is. Look at you, right now, you're whining.
Oh my fucking god, look at a mirror. You are a whining bitch.
Look, you're clearly not in the mood to talk about this right now. At least not in any
I am very much in the mood to talk about this right now.
No, you're in the mood for arguing.
Let's get it all out in the open. Let's get it all out in the open right now. You hate this.
Yes, I just
So
told
you see fault in everything. I don't need that shit. I don't think any of us need that shit.
What I'm calling out then, isn't it? If I see fault in everything.
I don't even understand what you want. If you hate this so much, why are you still here? They said you could go. I don't want you to. Sometimes I do. But why are you still here?
Yeah, they said I could go. And then they said that the nice Bane spirit has come and kissed me goodnight. It's not like I have an actual choice, Aaron.
You have a choice, you just elect not to act on it. There's a word for that.
Oh yeah, let me go out and get killed. That sounds super fun.
Look, I'm not saying that you should. I'm just saying you have the choice. Alright? So don't act like you don't. And pretend like this is forced on you, cause it isn't. You're just not willing to do what it takes.
At this point, Taliesin very quietly, but very firmly says to no one in particular, well, he's there to no one, he doesn't look at anyone, but when he says it, it should be clear to who he's saying it to, at least if they pick up, says, I sense those words come from another person's mouth.
Well, you sense a lot of shit. He definitely feels targeted. Like, he understands at an implicit level what you're talking about.
He's not, and he says, I don't blame you. I'm not trying to call you out. Please understand that. I'm just saying.
Fucking no, Tally, okay? I know. Because
I'm not
you are so hippy-dippy, and I love you to shreds for it.
I'm not going to stop any of you. I'm not going to stop any of this happening. You need to talk. You need to speak. You need to vent. All of you. Right here and now.
It's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I'm not going to stop that. I'm just saying I'll say things when they need saying. Okay? And you can all hate me for it afterwards.
No, I'm sure I could. Thing is, I don't, because at least you don't whine. You're helping. What you're saying comes from a point of wanting to help and do something better.
Oh yeah, like you, Aaron.
Shut the fuck up over there. You've contributed jack shit.
Speaking of contributing, Taryn left the group. Yep. She started wandering around like, they're fighting again, and leaves.
How much was your perception again? I can't remember. Was that 3?
3 and 1.
Yeah, no, I specifically Taryn's because she's walking on. The rest of you are quite busy.
Busy, yeah.
But Taryn has 3.
I think Finna is now occupying a swing.
All right, Taryn, you spot a glint on roof level, a very sharp, almost painful glint.
Oh no, Joan, you're evil. She's curious. You're evil.
Oh, good thing Finna didn't spot that.
You're evil. Okay, Taryn goes to investigate. Like,
So do you look up first?
She looks up.
Yeah. You see up on a rooftop, you see 2 women, or probably women. They look feminine in appearance.
2 feminine figures.
2 feminine figures, each holding a crossbow. And the tips of the bolts have a very unpleasant glint to them. I'm just going to show you a couple of new entries.
Oh no.
There's one. And
I was about to say, did anyone take the haunted drawback? Not haunted, but hunted drawback. But I don't think that's a thing for werewolves. I think that's vampires only.
I think werewolves can be hunted.
yeah,
They also have the hunted drawback. Okay, was anyone enough of a shit to take that?
Humans everywhere, some humans everywhere have the balls to fight anything supernatural.
Order of outward.
Very cool.
Do we know about this?
That's what you see.
Okay.
She stops, kept looking at them like, and they were having something in their hands?
They are aiming their crossbows directly at your friends.
Guys! They're gonna shoot us!
Yeah, that's a knee-jerk reaction there, definitely.
Get out of the way!
Yeah.
There isn't anything reflective, right?
Well, there's Aaron's glasses.
Yeah, but other than that, he's got his back to you at this time, so... No
Okay.
What exactly, I'm sorry, because the audio kinda got static for me for just a brief moment, AJ. What did you in fact yell?
Guys, they're shooting at us. Oh, aiming
They're
at us.
shooting at us. Get out of the way, get out of the way. They're aiming at you.
Okay, Joan?
Rhinos.
Yep.
I'm standing there yelling in Shiva's face.
Yeah.
And she's looking at you defiantly.
My knee-jerk reaction to hearing this is grabbing, like, full body, embracing Shiva and diving sideways.
Yep, and Connell goes Krynos.
Yep.
Krynos.
Taliesin
Krynos.
first
Krynos, yeah.
kind of here's what she says only really after he's turned sharply to look at her, and then just sort of continues spinning around so that he can basically go prone. Essentially, does a kind of prone spin, and then basically tries to roll away from the group and scatter.
Well, she was obviously surprised to be pushed down by Aaron. And she's just about to, what the fuck are you doing? And then she registers what Terrence said. And when they land, she said, Aaron, get off me. And then she calls out, everyone, over there, and points across the street where there's an insurance company with a lot of windows.
I just realized by yelling like that, they might actually aim at me now.
Oops.
They're like, get out of the way, they're aiming at you!
Storyteller, what do they do?
Yeah, what happens?
They aren't actually shooting. They are looking at you guys, but they aren't actually shooting. You can hear a soft voice hanging on the air. Here. That was the one I was looking for.
Where?
You can hear a soft voice on the air saying, praying, apparently, in Latin.
Yeah.
Saying, Daque sumus Dominus ut en ora mortis nostrae sacramentis refecti et culpis omnibus expiati in sinum misericordiae tuae laeti suscipi meriamur. Per Christum Dominum Nostrum. Amen.
Okay, og hvad siger underteksterne?
Er der nogen, der forstår latin?
Nej, men
Anybody actually understand Latin?
For benefit of the viewers.
Benefit of the viewers, it says, Grant, we beseech thee, O Lord, that in the hour of our death we may be refreshed by thy holy sacraments and delivered from all guilt, and so deserve to be received with joy into the arms of thy mercy, through Christ our Lord. Amen.
Hallelujah.
No.
Very cool.
Taryn isn't in high school yet, so she doesn't have Latin.
Yeah.
And as they look, these two creatures look down upon you up from the rooftop. You hear a very loud snarl behind you. Very loud.
Behind them or behind Taryn?
Behind you.
Us.
On the other, so basically, you are looking up at them, and then behind your backs,
Twist my head around to see what it is.
Yeah.
you see two men, one of whom you know.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is Ross, wearing instead of being all naked upper body and shit, he's this time he's actually wearing a like a leather jacket.
Full biker.
Pretty much, yeah. Next to him stands a man who looks remarkably like him.
He has a fucking grin.
So, Joan.
Yep.
pretty much as soon as Connell has changed into his Krynos form, he'll start running toward where those two ladies are located.
All right, that will take him across a road where he will be seen. How does the rest of you react? How do the rest of you react?
Question for that,
Yep.
and that is, having known Connell for around 3 months, is Connell the type of guy who can respond on a dime to something? Or is he very headstrong and just like, I'm just gonna do this because lol?
Or because my reasons.
I think he is a headstrong fellow, but I assume at least that they've been training as a unit, so he will be able to respond in some fashion.
Are you likely to stop if I shout for you to stop?
That depends on what you say.
Okay, fine. He's bolting towards the street.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Stop, you idiot! You're gonna get spotted!
Aaron, Umbra.
Well, that's pretty clear, at least.
Yeah, that makes that and the howl coming from behind him, or the snarl, makes Connell stop.
I think Finna was about to run away, but then Connell ran the other way, and then she got kind of stuck between responses.
Like the bear from Disney in the Yellowstone Park when it gets spotted, it's like running in circles for brief seconds.
I think Shiva scrambles to her feet and runs towards, the many glass panes, shouting, "Everyone, come on!"
The two women up on top of the building, they both raise their crossbows towards the sky. They point upwards, and they just turn around and walk away across the roof and out of sight.
Yeah.
Taryn relaxed.
Shiva, wait.
She was in Krynos too. Like, ooh.
Incidentally, the fellow that Ross is standing with, I might want to show you the picture.
Yes, please.
I'm looking at him now. I'm looking at the man now.
Hello, mister.
Hello, Mr. Fancy Pants.
Hello.
Yes. So
It looks like he has a nipple piercing.
He might have.
Yeah, both these brothers do
Probably
have
not
an
silver.
unhealthy interest in getting their upper torso naked.
That was actually why I chose this one, because there was that similarity. But yes.
So as they said, I called out to Shiva to wait a moment. They're going.
Shiva stops, but she's probably already made considerable progress towards the street.
Ross shakes his head. Come back, all of you.
What do we
They're
do?
gone. They're gone.
What
Is
do we
anyone
do?
on?
What's the Ross?
Who, what, and why?
I can catch them.
And how many people will see you doing that?
Don't care.
You mustn't
should.
cause the veil to be rendered.
Listen to your pack mate. He has the right of it.
God damn it.
I think as Shiva marches towards them, she walks towards them, and then she looks like she gets increasingly angry. And when she gets over there, she's like, "Were we bait?"
No. We were watching. I had no idea they were there. That's the honest truth of it. Neither of us did. None of us did. We were watching you to see how you reacted. You had a stressed situation, and this is part of pack training, is how to deal and how to cope with problematic situations. And
Who were those ladies?
you were actually doing fairly well up until this point. Nobody could have expected that. I'm not sure who they are. We are going to find out.
Can I roll something to see if he's lying?
Yeah, you can.
What would that be?
That would be wits plus
Empathy?
perception. Wits plus empathy. Yes, that's actually a good
You
suggestion.
have
I'll
to
go with
look
that.
into them.
Yes.
Okay.
Wits plus empathy.
Meanwhile, Connell
I need-
lumbers back toward the others.
99916.
Okay, the one of the 9s gets eaten up by the 1, but that's still 3 successes. He's not lying.
Well, that calms her down then.
Is anyone else? Are we all getting up and going over there, or is anyone else on the floor? Because if they are, Taliesin will probably help them up before going over to the pair.
Well, Tyron's already up there.
Okay, good. Then just make my way over there then.
If we run now, we could probably catch them.
Yes!
If you run now, you could probably catch them if you did so in Krynos. Or you could maybe even catch them if you did so in Lupus. Then we're going to have 6 wolves running through Dublin. That's almost as bad. Play by the rules. They're gone. We'll find out who they were. We'll know more about them.
Oh, fuck off.
That seems like the sensible thing to do.
Sorry,
How
who?
well did I see them? Did I see faces or something like that?
Well, you saw the images I showed you.
Okay. Well, they had some kind of face tattoos.
They did. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Like their lips were stitched, kinda, and darkened around their eyes. Very pale, both of them.
I want to say Aaron having spoken primarily to Ross at this point because he's deferring to authority. Is probably like making his way close enough that he's standing in front of him, and then excusing himself with a small cough and saying, "I'm sorry, who's this?"
This is my brother. He's the RE of Ireland and Valdefina.
I'm sorry,
It's-
I don't speak Irish, sir. Hello.
That's
Pleasure
the
to meet
high.
you.
That's the High King. There is no Fina above him in all of Ireland.
What's customary? Aaron says his knees buckling as if he is falling to, should I kneel? I don't know if I should kneel. He's asking, what is customary?
The man steps forward, looks first at his brother, then at all of you in turn. Well, they do have spirit. You did say so, Ross. I'll grant you. Not sure I like the fact that you left them out here on their own all night. I'm not sure they were ready for that. And Ross shrugs and says, well, they were hardly alone. We were watching them. I mean, there are 4 others.
We survived.
You did, and you were doing really well up until this point, and nobody can blame you for this. This was completely unexpected. I don't even know who these women are.
Sounded like they were speaking Latin, ecclesiastical Latin, or church Latin, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, you heard something.
Amen.
Did you hear something?
They said amen, so it sounded like a prayer.
Interesting. That is in itself something, because I'm sorry, but who the feckin' hell gets up on the roof of a building overlooking Wolfton at the ungodly hour we're at now with crossbows praying? There's what hunters? What?
Leech hunters? Crossbows? Shitting like that?
Oh, true.
Maybe?
Except we're not leeches.
No.
Someone
maybe that's
shooting
why
a
they
movie?
shoot.
I would have said someone shooting a movie if I wasn't a werewolf and we hadn't just seen ghosts.
Why would they even be aiming? Why were they aiming at us? None of us had been in any sort of wolfy forms.
No. That.
Taran coughs, pretending like nothing happened. I kind of were.
Oh,
That's,
I thought I felt something fuzzy.
that's something that needs to be looked into.
Sorry, it was...
Know your enemy before jumping at them. It's a lot less likely to get you and a lot of your mates killed.
Aaron nods slowly.
Lorcan looks at his brother with this. There are times when you're too careful, Ross. There are times where your approach takes too long.
Shiva suppresses an urge to roll her eyes because this is the RE.
Aaron wants to say something kind of like instinctively in defense of Ross and says, well, sometimes it's prudent to wait everything out and see. Sometimes you can use your enemies.
Ross looks at his brother and nods deferentially and says, "You are the RE, and I will bow to your wisdom in this, but I do point out we are dealing with 6 cubs who haven't even received their first gifts yet. I'd rather not risk their lives. They will be strong enough to fight their own enemies soon enough, and I plan on letting them. But I don't see a point in letting them die before they're actually ready to fight. They don't do as much good dead." Lorcan frowns at this, and you can see there's a battle of wills between the two brothers for just a second, and then Lorcan nods. Says, "I'll begrudgingly grant you that. But I do want you to give me your word that these kids will be given a chance to get even with these creatures, whatever they were, up on the roof, once they're good and ready."
Didn't actually.
Once they're good and ready.
Shiva mouths get even. She doesn't put words into it, but she mouths it questioningly.
Taryn looks surprised too because they didn't actually do anything.
Exactly.
Aaron just nods at the get even part. If someone points a weapon at him, you can be damn right he wants to pull off their arms.
Yep.
And Ross nods without any hesitation. He nods and says, "That is a promise, my brother. I shall let them. There is no question. Once we know more about these creatures and once we know where they're from, what they're capable of, and as soon as these 6 cubs are actually prepared, they're through their rite of passage, then definitely yes, I will let them." And Lorcan looks to all of you and says, "And I expect you'll all make the most of the opportunity when it arises."
Damn right. Damn right.
"Which one of these," he says, "which one of these is the Fina?"
Oh, God.
Everyone points at...
Ross nods towards Shiva, of course.
She was shoulder slumps. She was thinking a lot of stuff that was not necessarily putting the RE in a good light. But and then she composes herself again, and I don't know, does a mini curtsy towards him.
Yep. He looks at you for a while and nods, almost like he's thinking something to himself. And he says, "And you say there are two get." And again, Ross nods and indicates towards Connell and Fenna.
Is Connell still in Krinos form at this point?
There are no other people around the square at this time.
Oh, that could change.
And Lorcan then looks back to Shiva. Like, "You have your work cut out for you, having to deal with those two." He sends a glare towards Fenna and Connell, and then he looks up at Connell and says, "And change back to Homage, you
She's
moron."
really having more issues with him,
Yeah.
points at Aaron.
Yeah.
There are a lot
Serious.
of people I'm having some issues with. Shiva says and does a half smile.
As long as you keep in that form, Lorcan says and looks at Connell, "You're a walking litany violation. Are you sure you want to do this?" And then he turns around and walks away.
Connell, you jackhat, change back.
Shut up!
Now! Come on, dude! Fucking hell!
I kinda like he got to the Get a Ferris, and then the High and Mighty King was like, oh fuck, I'm leaving.
Fuck it. Colonel changes back to Homid.
Mm-hmm. All right.
He gets an appreciative nod from Shiva, and she mouths, "Thank you."
He gets a thumbs up from Theron.
Yep, a smile and a nod from Taliesin.
A subtle thumbs up from Aaron.
Ross doesn't follow his brother immediately. He looks at Lorcan walking away, then he looks back to you, Six. There's some kind of emotion running over his eyes and his face, and you can see it in his eyes for a moment. And
Okay, Chief.
I'm fine. Are you?
Got buried alive tonight. That was new.
And once again, Taliesin sort of goes a bit wide-eyed and his eyes glaze over a little bit.
You all did something remarkable tonight. Not only for the Liffey, that was pretty good in itself, and it is appreciated. This Wolfton Square, that was the real test for you tonight, he says. You did really, really well, and nobody is going to hold those two women and what they forced against you. Not in my sept. I don't care what my brother is saying about it. This was unexpected.
Why is your brother even here? Is he in the Sept too?
No, he runs Tara, and he is literally the king of all the Fina in Ireland. We all owe him allegiance. He's a better warrior than I am. Maybe I'm a better diplomat than he is. What I want from Oleus, he says, is go home, get some rest. Tomorrow night, we have a moot. I've let everyone else know. We have a moot tomorrow night. We will bring the spirits. We will let them know what you did tonight and how you handled this. And it has been noticed, I can promise you. And I will ask them, me, personally, to bestow their first gifts on you. You earned it.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
You're welcome.
So, I need to be clear about it, to have something clarified for me.
Certainly.
What did we actually do other than jump at ghosts and
that
freaking out on two ladies?
Yeah, you argued. You worked out some of your problems.
I'm not sure if you actually heard the discussion, but I don't think we actually worked out anything.
I think you did. I think you brought things out in the open. No werewolf pack is ever without strife and problems internally. We have too much rage for that. It can't be helped. The problems really arise when you don't speak your problems aloud. If you keep them to yourself, they'll fester. The next thing you know, you have packmates turning on each other at the worst of times. At least you people got it out in the open. That's hard. There are a lot of people who can't. You did good.
I think Aaron scratches his wrist and sends a sidelong glance at Shiva.
She has a mixed expression. It's like,
I don't expect you to be best friends overnight. It doesn't happen like that. How would this have, he says, how would this have been? Let me play a different scenario. He says, these two, he says, not towards Shiva and then towards Aaron. These two have issues. Fair enough. Now, what if Shiva hadn't actually told him what her issue was? What if she had smoothed it over, lied convincingly and said that it wasn't him, it was something else, whatever, it could be in anything. What if he had bought it? What if he hadn't bought it? What if she had lied and he hadn't believed her? There would have been that simmering resentment and that doubt and that niggling bullshit underneath the whole thing. You guys are going to work it out. I have no doubt of that. It'll take time, certainly. It doesn't get solved in a single night. But you'll work it out.
I think Aaron follows his sideways glance at Shiva up with like a subtle, like clearing his throat subtly, and then saying, I don't actually resent you, you know. You just annoy me sometimes. I'm sorry.
Shiva was looking kind of offended just before, and then she turns her attention to Aaron and gives him a smile and says, "Yeah, I don't hate you either.
I mean, we're fucked, right?
You're
Yeah.
kind of like brother and sister, at each other's throats, but in the end you don't hate each other." Terrence shrugs.
Shiva does the yeah motion.
Yeah, brother and sister.
Yep. Listen to the Thurge. That's the voice of wisdom. That's always how it's been.
Really?
Taryn turns her head very slowly on Russ, like, oh my god, I said something right?
Yep,
I
you did.
definitely recall hearing different opinions about that around the mood.
Again, you'll never actually get Guru to agree on too many things for too long at a time. We've got way too much rage for that. He actually grins. We've got way too much rage for that. We're a mercurial bunch, if you hadn't noticed.
How
I
often?
mean,
how
I
often,
very nearly saw you rage tonight.
Yeah, Aaron looks somewhere else for a moment, and then he catches himself in it, and instead meets Ross's gaze, and he wants to shrug, but he can't make himself do it. He can't make himself just make this a non-thing, and instead he looks at him and says, I feel very, very angry. And I have been told why. I know why, but it's not easy.
No.
It's just not.
No, it's not easy.
No.
And I think you have more rage than most. And it's never going to get easier for you. In fact, it may only get harder. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to stand here and bullshit you. Why would I? I don't think you're going to lose that fight, but I do think you're going to have to fight it from now on and for the rest of your life.
I mean, I was drafted into a war that was going to last my whole life anyway, right?
Indeed.
At this point, Aaron feels okay shrugging.
So, boss, you didn't see anything that happened in the Umbra, did you?
Taryn makes
I can totally
Shut up,
tell you
Taryn.
about it.
No, I didn't.
Good.
I
But
didn't
nothing
see
happened.
it tumble across the car. But I did hear of it. I did hear of it.
Don't.
Who's
worry,
the
Carl.
snitch?
That's
Not
a good
it.
question.
Not
That's a good question, innit? He says, and grins. He's got crinkles around his eyes, and then he nods at Connell. Listen, I didn't see it. In this case, I'm the one supervising this whole thing. He says, I didn't see it. It didn't happen.
I'm sorry, Connor.
Are you sure it didn't happen?
I'm sure it
Please?
didn't happen.
Oh god, okay. I mean, maybe it happened just a little bit.
It didn't happen. However, he says, and looks over at the Ragabash. People have been known to make things up. and then he walks away.
Well, good talk.
Ah, Fucking hell.
So, what now?
Sorry, Connell.
It's not sunrise yet.
No.
Well,
Does
we
that
were
mean
told
we
to
stay?
go home. No, he said
Yeah,
to go
we were
home.
told to go home.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that you do.
Sure.
Yeah, but just one thing. As if we leave in one formation.
I mean, at
Just
some point it'll get optimal to split off, right?
No, yeah. It's just as they are nearing the edge of the square, Finna just lets herself fall a few steps behind, and then you guys hear, "Are you my mommy?"
And Karen, who's usually always at the back of this, here's right behind her. There is a very girly scream. This girly scream turns into a very loud girly scream. And then a white wolf takes off like a freaking bullet.
Mm-hmm.
Down the mid-street.
Just imagine
Tail
that.
tucked and everything.
And whining all the way.
Yeah.
Nerd.
Yeah. I think Talia would do something similar. He'd probably laugh at that, let everyone catch up, and then he gets to the edge, looks back at all the various gravestones, and doesn't say anything. He just sort of inclines his head, kind of like a nod towards them, as try to be a bit respectful, and then follows the rest of them.
Yep.
Because
I
he's
think-
savvy like that.
See you lots at the mood tomorrow, I guess.
Looking
Yeah.
forward to it.
Apparently.
I think before we scatter, especially since Finna fell behind on purpose.
Well,
I think-
she's going to catch up again. It was just a few steps, just enough to.
Oh yeah,
behind
but I
you.
think if she gets the chance, which I'm hoping she does,
Okay.
Shiva will just quietly ask, "Was I too much?"
A bit.
And she looks at her and like, so
You kind of gave a speech like some kind of pedagogue.
yeah, that's what you do with children.
Ooh, burn.
He's the same age as you.
Shiva gets like this smirk on her face and says, "Yeah, at least physically."
It's just very condescending.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he doesn't like you.
Anyways, thanks for tackling him.
No problem. He was about to hit you
and then she
and turn
shoves,
into a wolf.
and then she shoves Finna, and that's payback for the mud.
Kind of like the other one who helped tackle him as running off like a bullet.
So basically, you guys are pushing and shoving a little bit.
Yeah, Philip
Shi-
tries to trip Shiva.
yeah, you're pushing and shoving and trying to trip each other, and I'm assuming giggle snorting as you walk along.
There is one thing Connell will do before
Stopping in
you,
a crossroad to
before you
pillow fight.
continue, storyteller.
Yes.
At some point, he'll walk up to Tally and say, back there when I whispered something to Aaron, when he had that moment where he was buried, I wasn't actually trying to start a fight, just so you know. I was trying to, I don't know, distract him maybe make him think of something else.
I can believe that. I don't think you want to start fights for the hell of it. I know, but I can appreciate.
I do, but not with you guys.
Well,
I really do. Me.
yeah, all right. I'll see it that way. Fine, but yeah, I'm glad of that. And I know it's difficult. It's chafing that you've been given all this power, all this rage, and all this encouragement by others, and then you're stuck having to hold it all in with the rest of us. But you'll get your chance. By God, you'll get your chance one day. I promise you that.
Yeah. Good talk. He pats him on the shoulder and then
I want Aaron to slowly just slide in between you guys, like an arm around each shoulder. Like, hello.
Hello, Aaron.
What do you say we pick up a 6-pack before we scatter?
Oh, all right then. I'm already.
Make it 2. We can't get drunk anyway.
Yes, just as long as we don't actually go into a pub, they'll kick us out and all kinds of stuff.
Oh no, there's got to be a kiosk run by some Pakistani we can go to, right?
I'll pretend I didn't hear all the half a dozen stereotypes in that one sentence. But anyway, yeah, let's do that then. Man, I'm tired.
Why are you tired? You sleep?
Kind of. Look, my job. He does the inverted commas with his fingers. Duty is to be the one that all of you can, I don't know, confide in. I have to be, was it the heart? That's how the Raven put it. What does that even mean?
Yes.
I'm meant to be your...
Ask Fenna what it means.
He goes very neutral faced and says, I know what it means. And if that becomes a thing, I might just forget that I'm a peace-loving child of Gaia and deck someone.
You guys are like, everyone here is way too quick to let themselves be typecasted by their fucking tribe anyway, right?
Well...
At this point, a white wolf comes running back, heading for Fenna.
Oh, you realized.
Frothing at the lips.
I'm growling loudly.
Well...
Fenna turns into a wolf and runs away.
Let's end it.
Let's end it here. Let's end it here, guys.
Right, yeah, sure. We'll call it here for tonight. It was fun. Let's end on the pack heading off into the sunrise, and scattering and
in the background.
And until when we meet next time for your next session, you will have received your homid gifts, your breed gifts.
Woo! Persuasion!
And
Our breed gifts?
Yes, you have one gift from each of breed, auspice, and tribe.
It's true.
But I don't remember what's what.
That's fine. It's your homid gift is apecraft.
Oh, right.
That's the one you have until, or when we begin next time. Also, so far, I mean, next time we play, 14 days from today, the 25th, I'm at home with my family for a double birthday that evening.
Way
so
to date the episode, Joan. Damn you.
That's all right.
Now people will know how slow I am.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that you will get this up pretty quickly because you've been so good with the others.
Yeah, you've been so diligent.
Yes, you have.
Much obliged.
It's been quite wonderful, and now that we're making all these accommodations with breaks and everything, it should be far easier. Anyway, so far it looks like we will be playing Werewolf on Sunday the 27th instead of Friday the 25th, because I'm simply not home on Friday the 25th.
Sure.
For that reason, I would also be willing to start slightly earlier, not a lot earlier, but maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours earlier, but no more than that.
We'll catch each other on Skype and figure it out.
Exactly, but I'm just throwing the option out there so you have it.
Sure thing. Yeah, should we talk? Does anyone have anything they wanna say, like about their characters or about the session? Anything?
It was fun.
You wanna air?
Yeah, the noise. What's it called? Sound was a little cranky. What was about the 25th?
We can't play on the 25th because I'm at home for a birthday, with my family, double birthday on the 25th. So we're probably going to be playing on Sunday the 27th.
Yeah.
And as I said, we can start an hour or 2 hours earlier if people are willing and interested, and everybody can do that. But there's time between now and then to figure that out.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right.
So, anyone? Any
Well,
points?
this was really fun. I'm going to have to make sure that my that Shiva doesn't turn into an angry onion baby, but I'm pretty sure I can handle that.
I think
I'm a little sad that I've been distracted during this session because I missed out on a few things.
It's true, but hey.
So Daniel, upload them.
You can, sure, I will. But yeah, I mean, you can't be on the ball all the time.
No, and nobody is. I mean, for goodness sakes, it's fine to have a few moments here and there where you're off. But yeah, I'm sure that once Daniel gets diligently to work and uploads these in short order, then you will be able to catch up to the things you missed. And I'm sure Daniel will do that, won't he?
Of course he will, especially since you'll be giving us experience for this session.
Nope, I won't.
Damn it.
I will be giving you XP once we get into the
That's
story proper.
Perfectly fine. Just checking.
You were trying, and I give you credit for trying, but you
Putting a
don't get
toe
XP.
in the lake, you know.
Yeah, but you don't get XP for it.
That's fine.
it's better than putting a toe in the Liffey.
It is.
Yeah, putting a toe in the Liffey would be icky.
It'd rot off.
Pretty much.
Right.
I mean, for goodness sakes, you've seen the Liffey, Chris, when you were there.
Very briefly, it was brown as anything.
Yes!
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
Don't really have that much to say about this session. It was good fun. I did decide to touch a bit more on the rage aspect of my character this time. I definitely held back the first session because I didn't want to. I wanted it to flow very naturally and not derail it with a sudden rage burst.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think we got to feel some rage from multiple angles in the session.
Yep.
That was nice.
It's actually kind of cool. Our runes actually kept cool-headed, or at least tried to.
Yeah, but they also had a couple of clear pissing contests, which I thought was pretty fun.
Yeah. Also, one thing I want to say, Heine.
Yep.
I dig the Krinos voice.
Cool.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
That was awesome.
I've yet to actually try and find a voice for Krinos. I don't know if I'm just gonna opt for this is sounding really rough and growly and then just speak plainly, or if I'm going to try for a voice. But I'll find out, and so will our viewers.
Yep.
But speaking of our viewers, hope you lots enjoyed this, and you can be joining us for the next session of Werewolf the Apocalypse at the Chronicle we're playing, which is A Song at Tara, next time on CharismaToAC. Until that time, bye!
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Hey,